all things unholy you have just said. And it is disgusting. They try it and they go, oh, gross. Pineapple. Ranch is a delightful gourmet sauce. It is it's like garlic and just, whoa. It's doing a good thing. Yeah, it does. I'm like trying to is there like a dark mode? Like this for right now?
Yeah.
Alright. That's like an explosion. Alright. You ready? Alright. Genesis chapter 2, 15 to 20. A strange prohibition and a surprising experiment. Geez, you're really wonderful, amazing. Thank you for creating humans and partnering with us and showing us how abundant life looks like. The abundant life, may lead to early death, may lead to struggle. But that's only because the forces of evil don't want life. They only want darkness. So please, Jesus, show us on what the problem was at the very beginning so it could give us more understanding today. And again, show us what it means to the ancient writers and this wonderful ancient work of antiquity. And then show us to give us hope today. Thank you for your word. In my Father's name, amen. A strange prohibition and surprising experiment. Yahweh God took the human being and placed him in Eden Garden to serve it and look after it. Yahweh God commanded the human being, from every tree in the garden that you may definitely eat, but from the good and bad knowledge tree you are not to eat, because on the day you eat from it, you will definitely die. Yahweh God said, "It is not good for the human being to be on his own. I will make him a helper suitable for him." Yahweh God shaped from the ground every creature of the wild and every bird in the heavens, and brought them to the human being to see what he will call them. Whatever the human being called a living being, that was its name. The human being gave names to all the cattle, to the birds in the heavens, and to all the creatures of the wild. But for a human being he did not find a helper suitable for him. One of our friends has been looking and hoping for years to find the girl of his dreams. But he's getting older, and it looks less and less likely that this will ever happen. So he recently acquired a dog. At least there is now someone in the house to welcome him with enthusiasm when he gets home from work. You get to talk to a dog, and in a sense, it answers back. And while you have to pay for the shots at the vet, in some ways, a dog is a lot less trouble than a human being. For humanity as a whole at the beginning, however, God and the first human being realized this would not do. The background to that realization is a commission and then a strange prohibition. The human being is duly charged to serve the garden and thus look after it. It is God's garden. Human beings are just its gardeners. They do get paid, or rather provided for. Like the servants in any household, they don't have to worry about where the next meal comes from. Once again, Genesis assumes that at the beginning, humanity ate what grows, not animate life. Once again, the story hints at its parabolic nature. Human beings cannot actually survive on what grows on trees. But within that framework and those bounds, they get well provided for. There is all that magnificent fruit. I mean, that's what being a vegan or vegetarian is all about. The strain is just really hard. A lot more difficult. The strange prohibition is that they may not eat from the good and bad knowledge tree. There is no specific indication whether they may eat of the life tree, but maybe the implication in Genesis 3:22 is that the question will not arise yet, as long as they are in the prime of life. It is strange because this looks like it means to receive a life skill that will be important for their fulfilling the task God has given them. So why are they forbidden access to the tree? Perhaps a clue lies in the way Solomon's prayer refers to this gift. It is indeed a gift for which Solomon prays. God is Lord of it. Distinguishing between good and bad is an insight that belongs to God. So God claims the right to decide whether and when to give it. It is a divine prerogative and a divine gift. Or what do you guys think? All right.
Prerogative.
Prerogative. What do you think prerogative means? Sounds good. Do we want to wait for him or continue reading? Okay. So, it is divine prerogative. That means it's his right. So to give wisdom of the knowledge of good and bad, wisdom, right? Like that's something Yahweh gives. And so it is a divine prerogative and a divine gift. And humanity cannot insist on the possession of such insight. Surely God intends humanity to have it, but paradoxically, it can only do so if it accepts the discipline of not simply taking it. To insist on taking it is to push your way into God's realm, to attempt to be like God. There is also a more paradoxical related point. Reverence for God, accepting what God says and living by it, is the first principle of wisdom. The way to knowing the difference between good and bad, so the tree would be the means of humanity's gaining that insight by their not eating from it. This restraint will be an expression of a wise attitude towards God. It is not surprising that jumping in the opposite direction will immediately have deadly consequences. Of all the other trees you may definitely eat. If you disobey the one restriction, you will definitely die. The trouble is that being told you can't do something is likely to make you want to do it. Meanwhile, there is the one human being, and there is the task of looking after the garden. It is, of course, too much for one person. That's where the dog comes in, along with all the other creatures you might encounter in this garden or outside it in the wild. God makes these creatures because the human being is alone. In urbanized society, being alone would suggest being lonely, but Genesis does not say the human being is lonely. The Bible does not really talk about loneliness. It is a problem of urbanized society. In traditional societies, the problem would be the opposite. Being alone means not being able to fulfill the task for which the human being was made. He needs help. Until he has that, creation will not be good. The idea of creation's goodness is another motif shared with Genesis 1, but used in a different complementary way. So God shapes all the animals from the ground, as God had shaped the human being. Genesis does not quite say that God wondered whether any of the animals will meet the human being's requirement. One thing Genesis is doing here is heightening the dramatic suspense. We know there is a problem God needs to solve, and we are kept waiting for God to solve it. Genesis does indicate that God wonders what the human being will call the animals. God can, of course, look in someone's mind to discover what he is thinking, or look into the future to discover what she will do. But here and elsewhere, the Old Testament implies that God does not always do that. God waits to see what will happen. Perhaps it implies a kind of respect for human beings, a desire to let them make their own decisions and not mess with their minds, and a desire for a real-time relationship. If God always worked out ahead of time what we will do and know before we did, it would introduce an element of phoniness into the relationship. But that's just my guess. The Bible makes clear only the fact of God's not knowing things ahead of time, not the rational here. God waits to see what the human beings will do. Given the power to name the animals. Let me take a quick drink. Given the power to name the animals, not just the ones in the garden, but also the creatures of the wild, is itself an expression of divine generosity. It gives away authority over them, because naming implies authority, which recalls a motif from Genesis 1, humanity's holding sway over creation. The similarity contrasts with the superficial difference that in Genesis 1, God makes the animals before the human beings. Here God makes them afterwards. Evidently, Israelites could happily accept both stories and not panic about their being contradictory. Evidently, Israelites could happily accept both stories and not panic about their being contradictory. Parables don't have to be consistent in that way. The human being names all the creatures but knows none of them will make a suitable helper. Why is that? Maybe Genesis 1 puts us on the track of the answer. Having made humanity male and female, God proceeded to bless them and commissioned them to be fruitful and numerous, fill the earth and master it. Even if he eats from the life tree and lives forever, one human being on his own will not be able to look after and serve the garden. He needs a labor force. A suitable helper will enable him to produce one. The King James Bible speaks of a help meet for him, and it has been common to infer that this partner was to be subject to him. This conclusion is not particularly logical. And as a counter to it, we can note that the person most often described as a help in Scripture is God. Your helper is the strong one who is capable of getting you out of a mess. Being a help does not imply being subordinate. You know what subordinate means? Serving. So, just the fact that... So the first woman in the Genesis creation story says that that Yahweh split the Adam. So he split the human in half. And so Eve is word for helper. It's actually where we get parakletos. So for helper. And so being a helper does not mean that like a boss and servant relationship. Actually, Yahweh is called our helper all the time. And he's definitely stronger than all of us, you know. The term meet or suitable point in yet another direction. More literally suggests someone who is in front of you or is in sight of you or opposite of you. If anything, it points to the complementary of woman and man. As in Genesis 1, it is not a complementary that makes one subject to the other. Neither has authority over the other. Neither is inherently the leader or the led. The image puts concretely the point made in Genesis 1, that it is men and women together who compromise the representation of God in the world. It is possible to paint a rather romantic picture of the first man and woman on the basis of Genesis 2, as if it had a relational concern. There is the man who is alone. There is a woman who can come along and be a companion and helper for him in the mutual relationship. Once again, we're reading Western preoccupations into the text. It is about the practicalities of making life in the garden, life on the farm, work. We have noted that the Old Testament provides a Song of Songs to fill those relational, romantic preoccupations of ours. All right. Right. Jesus, your Holy One, amazing. As we sit back and ponder your goodness, give us stamina, and may this just permeate us, your glorious word. And may the scholarly thoughts reveal to us what we just read, so we again can see what you're doing, worship you and partner with you. Thank you, O Helper, O Strong One. In our Father's name, amen. So Yahweh God made a coma fall on the human being so that he slept. took one of his ribs and closed up its place with flesh. Yahweh God built the rib that he had taken from the human being into a woman and brought her to the human being. The human being said, "Well, this one is bone from my bone and flesh from my flesh. This one will be called woman, because from a man this one was taken." Hence a man leaves his father and his mother and sticks to his woman, and they become one flesh. The two of them were naked, the man and his woman, but they felt no shame. I once took part in a workshop where students produced dramatic modern versions of stories in Genesis. The one I most remember was a retelling of Genesis 1 by Julia Bolden. There were a number of neat aspects to the story. It is set in a house instead of a farm, which helps an urban person like me to identify with it. Instead of bringing animals to the man, God creates gadgets such as washing machines. But the man wants someone who can combine all the skills of the gadgets. And when the man sees a woman, he cries out, "This is it!" Throughout Genesis 1 and 2, I have translated the word Adam as human being, rather than man, because that is what the word means in Genesis. It is spelled out as male and female. The word will be used without the as the name Adam for the first time in Genesis 3. In Genesis 2, the first human being, of course, is a man and not a woman. But in a sense, we do not know this yet, and neither does he. We and he are about to discover it. He becomes male as opposed to female only when there is another person who stands over against him. That more literally meaning of suitable for him, who is different from him in gender. When he sees her, he knows immediately, instinctively, this is it. She's so different from the animals. This is the person suitable for me. And now Genesis refers to him by its word for man, and to her by its word for woman. He is an ish. She is an ishash. The words are nicely similar, like man and woman. Gosh, I'm getting... Another useful aspect of Julia Bolden's modern version of the story is that it helps us see how it functions as a historical parable. God did not literally put the first human being in the house and create the machines and bring them to him. This image depicts what God did in order to bring home its significance for an audience in our day. And this is what Genesis had been doing. God did not literally make the first woman, but recycling a part of the first man. Did the man originally have 25 ribs? By describing God's building the woman this way, however, Genesis adds another image to the one it has already used. Bringing the word into being was like an artist creating, like a structure engineering erecting a dome, like a potter shaping a pot, and like a construction manager manufacturing something. In the parable, God did not make the woman from scratch by taking another handful of dirt and molding it, as God did with the animals. Instead, God used a part of the first human being to make the second. That draws attention to the closer relationship between the man and the woman. It is almost as if the woman is born from the man. As we would put it, they have the same genetic makeup, except for the elements that make for their gender differentiations. This explains the natural attraction of man and woman for each other. In the woman he marries, a man finds a missing part of himself, something that complements him. And Adam does not name the woman as he named the animals. His observation about what she will be called is more like a prophecy or an act of recognition of her as who she is. While the idea of a suitable help for the first human being starts from his need of someone with whom he can have children, there are other things going on in this relationship. Procreation does not require mutual commitment. Cleaving or sticking does not refer merely to the couple's union, but to mutual commitment. Ruth sticks by Naomi when Naomi returns to Bethlehem. The Judean people stick by David when there is a civil war. This fits with the man's phrase, bone for my bone and flesh for my flesh. It is a phrase like my own flesh and blood. Laban uses a similar expression to Jacob, and David again uses it of the Judeans in the context of the civil war. It indicates a commitment emerging from an awareness of a relationship. Genesis is recognizing the extraordinary nature of the process whereby a man leaves his parents and starts a new commitment to a woman. Actually, in the Old Testament, a man does not usually do that. A woman leaves her family and joins her husband's. Perhaps that is the point of the comment. In a literal sense, a man does not leave home when he marries, but brings his wife to his parents' house, or at least into a house in a cluster occupied by the extended family. That means he needs to make sure he transfers his affections and his commitments. His wife comes first now. When Genesis speaks of their becoming one in this way, it implies what happens when people get married. And English translations use the words husband and wife to describe them. Yet Genesis actually continues to describe the couple as the man and the woman, and as his woman and her man. The Hebrew words for husband and wife are ones that literally describe a husband as master or owner, and a wife as someone who is owned. And the Old Testament generally does not use these words. Once more, this points away from ideas of the man-woman relationship that suggest a hierarchical understanding or a property view of marriage, or rather, it implies a different property view, a mutual one. A wife is her husband's, and a husband is his wife, so neither is now free to give himself or herself to someone else. Likewise, it will be illogical to assume that the woman was secondary in significance or subordinate to the man because she was created second. And just one, the human beings are created after the animals, which hardly implies that they are inferior. It will be as logical to assume that the woman is superior to the man because she is created second. Who wants the Mark I version of a program when the Mark II has been developed? 1 Timothy 2:13 does link the submission of women to men with the order of creation, but the New Testament's reference to the Old Testament aren't designed to tell us the meaning of the Old Testament text itself. Very often there are ways the Holy Spirit guides New Testament writers to use a text in relation to their own context, but they have little to do with the text's own meaning. Genesis 2 has one further comment on human origins. The picture of Adam and Eve wandering about the garden in the buff has stimulated much human imagination and art, as well as edifying observations about a couple's need to be totally open to one another. But the implication of this note likely lies somewhere else. No other Old Testament references to people being naked concern themselves with the implication of nakedness. Being naked suggests poverty, misfortune, and oppression. God expects us to share our food with the hungry, our homes with the homeless, and our clothes with the naked. Adam and Eve have nothing with which to clothe themselves, but they are not ashamed, as if this nakedness implies poverty. Alas, that will change. Jesus takes up Genesis 2 along with Genesis 1 when asked what he thinks of divorce. He infers that the lifelong marriage of man and woman is the ideal norm, though he recognizes not everyone can live with this teaching. Like Moses, he recognized need to make allowance for human hard-heartedness. Human failure will mean marriages break down. All right, friend, we can start.
Diamond fruit? Yeah. That is good. So, let me tell you what it does. Basically, you remember how falcons have to like hook up your wings to use your abilities? It's the same with diamonds. You try to do a diamond, and you reduce damage taken. Although that does not work on one side. I want, but like you said, I want this out max.
What's the first fruit in the game?
Cultured people love visiting here.
You'd be a tool to
I
Mrs.
don't believe in ghosts.
Your Starskip service? Look no further.
Well, you're in third seat. It's so glitched. Bro,
No, wait.
Why
No,
do you
wait.
keep going into third seat?
I don't know. I'm too OP.
How do you keep going into third
See. Wait, what's it?
still light.
Wait, can I see the final ability? I like your spear. That makes me.
Oh yeah, guess what? That's an extra damage. I'm at 266 now.
I'm getting close. I'm too advanced.
Do you know how long it took? Okay, you ready? So, here's the strategy that I do. Ready?
Drop by the Realm Keeping Commission.
Household registration always takes forever.
Nobody wants to mess with me.
How much damage do you do?
Just my rock. You wanna see how much damage only my rock does? 680.
There we go.
Good damage to the head.
Kind of. It's less damage taken. And you can couple that with prices. For example, such as adverts then.
Household registration always takes forever.
Alright. Just AFK and get me, making me done. Make me gone!
Drop by the Realm Keeping Commission if you need help.
Oh, so I'm actually really limited, right?
80,000 for this one.
Have you read the novel about the Ten Lords Commission?
I think they just made things up. Do you know how to fix a starscape? The Waffle is famous for its mung bean soda. You've gotta give it a try.
constantly hit with that skull. If you hit me on purpose, you're dead. And if you get eliminated by attack, you're dead.
Oh yeah? Like I've heard it can go.
This is my kill.
Feeling lucky.
I told you, if you get away from my attack, you're dead.
Hey, there's something I need to tell you. I came up from Starsky.
I don't believe
Tractor
in
cleaned or your star skiff serviced? Look
Ah!
no further.
Got to move there.
Can I grab everything?
Oh, those rockets really. We're getting them. We're getting them. We're not allowed to let him leave. We have to kill him. By the way, after this, I'm gonna go back to Marine Cruisers. Because the boss that spawns there can get the code, and that gets other effects. Let me take aggro. Let me keep aggro. You don't do enough damage to the attack. Back. Oh. Oh.
Ah! Ah, she got it!
Oh. Like I was saying. Back.
Well, if I didn't have my dash ability. Oh!
Okay. Your PvP's already off, so that was not me.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
dude. His range attacks actually hurt a lot.
Don't worry, bro, I got you.
Oh.
Oh! I dodged at the perfect time.
Fine, I can just fly back whenever I die.
Ah. Oh! Oh no! Wait, this
Lots of food. Now my body's like, sleep.
Just another walk in the park.
Or mouse. I'm not here for mouse guy. I'm just here for the cake. Okay. Yes, it's fun. Yes, so I'm just gonna sit around here and wait. And it's like, I think it's level 125. Yeah, level 120.
Just thinking about work gives me a full body migraine.
What's up, Logan? Actually, I'm like ate a lot, so I'm like feeling super sleepy right now.
Today's fortune is... not good for work or overtime.
Boom cats. Oh, where are you from? I'm gonna go get some caffeine, something.
work or overtime. Today's fortune is not good for work or overtime.
Now I need to put in a 50
Where is
Today's fortune is not good for work or overtime. Today's fortune is
Oh yeah, look at that mountain.
not good for work or overtime.
Yeah, look at it's a rare. It's classified as a
Today's fortune is not good for work or overtime. High Club Quintet is a fantastic story.
Oh! Oh! I didn't say. Oh! Oh, I still have Oh! He made it. No way. When you're angry, so I did. Wait for you to be angry. Oh, to the computer.
Did I just get scammed?
Oh!
Oh, here we go.
Think you'd get away with your crime by pretending to be a waiter?
No.
This is the one.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, with my mom, I'm not surprised. So, love you.
Oh. Hello. Maybe I was wrong. Come on, next turn. I didn't even grab the quest. Oh,
This
I
dude?
seen that. Server.
I got here now.
Yeah, I know. Go to Bethel. I'll meet you there after I kill him. Don't you dare.
Think you'd get away with your crime by pretending to be a waiter?
Back. You already had John. Poor guy, he can't even kill you. I didn't mean to kill him. Oh, Charlie! Yes! You can do it! Come back! Charlie, come back here. Because I'm gonna get you into here. And this place is how you get the saber. And the saber is really overpowered. Come back. Please. Okay. So, once I find it, there is another button. And it's right next to the door.
My pal said he can pull it.
Found it. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. Now follow me.
Tusk pear wrap, song lotus cake, guaranteed delicious.
That one. Walk up to this torch and grab it. Okay. You know where desert is? Desert Village?
We're in the money.
But I'm gonna fly up and try to find it. Alright, this is that part without me. I'll teach you what to do. Okay, can I take over for this part? I'll teach you what to do. It's over there. In that part. Okay. Double check it. Okay, grab that.
Just thinking about work gives me a full body migraine.
Hey, my shark food.
That's great! Oh! Woo! You just randomly found a legendary sitting there? No, you have to go to Winter. Oh my, you just found a legendary sitting down. Eat it.
Oh, what? I like it. You said do that strap.
Yeah, but Quake is overpowered. Yes, it's legendary. Quake is better than, yes.
Come on, wait until I get to safe. Here, I have a cup that's empty, but I don't care. I'll fill water for you.
No, Charlie. Stop moving. And, oh, you found it. You found it.
Yeah, I know.
Tell me if you see this on your screen.
I already know where it is.
Oh, hi.
Dog.
Can I get your boat? Yes, okay, thanks. Follow me.
I know where it is, Jason. No, you don't. Yes, I do.
It's at the ability feature. You have no idea what you're doing. Okay, come in here. Right here. Hold your cup under here. Under here. Now that's filled. Follow me.
I didn't want to. I want to.
Okay. I think you know what to do here. Right?
give these trailblazers your blessing. Who will it be?
To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Huh?
What's in your prescription?
Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing. Huh?
To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Yeah, it's in here. Go back to Winter Village. Okay, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, because you gotta do all that here, and I think that's when you get into No. Except look how cool first but it does make it yeah. Ready? Yeah. Not allowed.
I'm here. What do I do now?
Huh?
What do I do now?
Come back to the ability teacher, I think.
That was shock punching, dude. Wait. Hey.
Okay, now you should be able to enter here, right? What the? Hacker. Hacker NPC.
I can get close to you, ready?
Can't.
Get it! Oh no. Ah! How am I shot?
Who will it be? Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Spider-Man! No, don't! What's in your prescription?
To betray my customers, I I charge extra.
Who will it be?
Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
To betray my customers, I charge extra.
You bully! Sagacious discernment! Here I come! Remember this moment. Passing the time.
Okay. Once you sail to Pirate Village, find a rich man. And talk to him. He'll give you your next task by telling you yourself how you get along. Now, find an object in the pirate village. So I'll kill the boss. The level 3 boss. Not that one. You're gonna have to try to kill the Sevi boss. Not back. Right? Go back. Left. Up. On the staircase. You're gonna have to kill him. That's how you're gonna get the relic. So yeah, I wish you luck with that. You just gotta keep going.
Ow.
Hey, it's not very nice.
Push that boy.
Huh? I got those are. You took it off the rubber band, but those are Luke's birthday present.
Mob dealer in the pirate village.
Yeah. I don't have them on me. Or I feel like I threw them in front of you when you're on your Surface. Not there? No, I don't do that. I left them on your table. Not in front of that computer. All right, we're going to go do reading soon, my friends.
Good boy, Pascal. Oh, it's you. I'm just doing a checkup on Pascal. He's been doing great. Mr. Svarog's programs are extremely effective. It's just hard to know if it'll last. Would you like to speak with Pascal?
Pascal, carry out Clara mission. Protect Rivet Town. Waiting, everybody. Come back, live together.
You're in good health, Pascal. Today's checkup is over. Shall we head back now?
Please, wait. Flower, flower, flower for you. Don't forget.
Huh?
Pascal, make myself. Scraps, parts, materials. Not stolen. Very clean. You. Good. Pascal, happy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Clara. Big brother.
Thank you, Pascal.
Aw.
Big brother, would you like a flower?
Oh. Oh. All right, in 2.5 minutes, my friends, we gotta go through reading step.
Do you want to enter the Forgotten Hall? Quick, let's make a sneak attack. Don't your hands hurt? That's this!
Let's go.
Naughty child. Now. Need a doctor? Vitamin! I'm okay.
Stay close.
What's in your prescription?
Much better.
Here stands the Silvermane God.
Take this! Rise, Phoenix! Dodge this!
Let's make it quick.
Time for a shot.
Rules are made to be broken.
Naughty child. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Much better.
Want to see what I can do?
I'm okay. Now,
Let me tend your wounds! You're the best! Let me through! Dodge this! Take this! Rise, Phoenix!
Let's go.
time for...
Quick, let's make a sneak attack.
All right,
I
guys.
won't
So
surrender.
after you finish them, we need to go through reading step, okay?
Dodge this!
Scratch.
Depending on how close you're being done when you finish
Naughty
this guy.
child.
You're the best!
Rules are made to be broken.
Need a doctor?
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Much better.
Let me tend your wounds. What's in your
How
prescription?
close are you being done with this quest?
Much better.
Okay. All right, Tar. Once he's done with this quest, we can get off, okay? Well, pause. Pause. Yeah.
This is our chance.
This! Rise, Phoenix! Dodge this!
Now, time.
Let me tend your wounds.
Scratch.
I'm okay.
Bully! Don't your hands hurt?
Let's make it quick.
Time for a shot.
You're the best. Want to see what I can do? You're not going anywhere. Dream was not over. Loud Knight Sushang reporting. No more playing nice. Dodge
You done?
this.
Nice.
Now, time.
Need a doctor?
Just a little
Right.
something. Think nothing of it.
What's the
Let me
something?
tend your wounds.
All right. After you talk to that person.
I'm okay.
Rules are made to be broken.
What's in your prescription?
Much better. Let's.
It's fine. You still did it. You still did it. You still did it.
Did you talk to the person?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Do you want to enter the Forgotten Hall?
You ready? All right. All right. Christ, you're amazing. Thank you for your goodness. Thank you that we can take this time and just be so thankful for you. Thank you. Be so thankful for this ancient text that gives us hope. We're not walking in the darkness, trying to grasp into anything of truth or our meaning or the beginning of our existence. You have it here laid in front of us. It is an ancient work of antiquity, so it'll be really challenging to understand. That's why we need you, Jesus. Please reveal to us. Thank you for the scholar's thoughts that help in revealing that. So please reveal what it meant to the ancients, and in turn what it means to us today. More false name, amen. Creation, Genesis chapter 3, verses 1 through 3. Creation asserts itself. Now the snake was the shrewdest of all the creatures of the wilds that Yahweh God had made. It said to the woman, "Did God really say you are not to eat from any tree in the garden?" The woman said to the snake, "We may eat of the fruit from the trees in the garden, but from the fruit of the tree that is in the middle of the garden, God said, you are not to eat of it or touch it, or you will die." A talking snake. But this is the parable, remember? In Julia Bolden's version of the story, the tempter is a parrot. In God's ban concerns television. Adam and Eve are not to watch the good and bad knowledge channel. A parrot flies in through the window. It is continually talking to itself and admiring itself in the mirror. It squawks at Eve, not allowed to watch a telly then. It's a British parrot, a descendant of the one in Monty Python. In due course, Eve goes from the kitchen to a lounge where Adam is doing his couch potato imitation, grabs the remote, and switches to the forbidden channel. A voice from the set bids the two of them to stop being so content with what they have and to start thinking about a bigger house and more gadgets. A light on the screen gets brighter and brighter until it almost blinds them. Casting the parrot as tempter is a clever move. First, the parrot is a creature, like the snake. Genesis emphasizes the non-supernatural earthly character of the tempter, one of the wild creatures as opposed to the domestic ones such as sheep and cows that God made. Genesis 3 is illustrating a point that Genesis 1 implies. The creatures God made were not necessarily inclined to live the kind of life God wanted. They needed humanity to exercise control over them. One aspect of the tragedy of Genesis 3 is that the snake successfully reverses the relationship of leadership and led between humanity and creation. Humanity was supposed to exercise benefit leadership over creation. Instead, nature is exercising maleficent leadership over humanity. God made this particular creature extremely shrewd, a quality that can be used to good ends or bad ends. Shrewd people see danger and take cover, whereas naive people keep going and suffer for it. The snake, in its great shrewdness, is able to take advantage of the fact that Adam and Eve are naive. So is God at fault for making the snake that way? God evidently doesn't take that view, in that God's reaction to the scene that plays out here will not be to say, "Oh dear, I made a mistake, sorry." But the Old Testament consistently describes God as willing to harness wayward acts to the fulfillment of a good purpose. Maybe this is the first instance the ban on the good and bad knowledge tree is a test for Adam and Eve. And the snake becomes part of the test. If they pass the test by keeping away from the tree, maybe God intends to grant them access to it or to give them by some other means this knowledge they need in order to look after the garden. The snakes tempting them is also God's mean of testing them. In English, we have different words for temptation meant to pull you down and for testing that hopes to build you up. Both Old and New Testament use the same word for both. Genesis emphasizes the this worldly character of temptation. More gadgets and a bigger house are the things that tempt us. On the basis of Revelation, in Christian imagination, the tempter is Satan. Revelation thus invites us also to see Satan's activity behind the snakes. That is a logical move once the idea of Satan is around. Though Satan does not really feature in the Old Testament, when a being appears whom the word Satan describes, it does not have the profile of the Prince of Darkness. When the Old Testament wants to refer to a creature that is an embodiment of power asserted against God, it does not use the word Satan, but it does use words that suggest a wild and dangerous creature, such as a sea serpent or monster or dragon or snake. The word for a snake appears in this connection in Job and Isaiah. So just as Julia Bolden could make a point by picturing the agent of temptation as a parrot, it talks to itself and admires itself, rather than a dog or cat, so Genesis can make a point by picturing the agent of temptation as a snake. Snake is just any old creature. It can suggest disorder and chaos, anarchy and confusion, bedlam and madness, but it is a snake. Picturing the tempter as a snake might have further significance. The snake can be a symbol of healing. Hippocrates, the Greek healer, took the snake as a symbol. Maybe this links with Moses making a brass snake for people to look to when they were bitten by snakes in the wilderness. It is at least as significant that this brass snake later became an object of religious devotion and had to be destroyed. Here the background includes the snakes being a religious symbol in Middle Eastern cultures. So when people heard about a snake tempting Eve, it might remind them of the way the religions of the people around them were a temptation for which they frequently fell. I can resist everything except temptation, Oscar Wilde has someone saying in Lady Windermere's Fan. As far as we can tell, Adam and Eve never have a chance to discover whether that is true of them. Sometimes people imagine them living in close relationship with God and only then falling. Maybe they did, but Genesis leaps straight from their creation to their failure and rather implies there was nothing in between. There was no honeymoon period. In its shrewdness, the snake begins by making God much more restrictive and much less generous than God was. The story has emphasized the plentiful nature of God's provision and the single constraint. The snake makes it all constraints. The story does not suggest some weakness inherent in Eve and thus in womanhood that made her a pushover for a snake, nor does the rest of the Old Testament indicate that. 1 Timothy chapter 2 does use a snake deceiving Eve and not Adam, at least not initially, as part of his argument against uppity women, but this is another aspect of it using the text as backup for its own point rather than using the text's own points. And actually Tom Wright talks about that and saying how it's good that ladies be educated, because Eve was not educated. Approaching Eve rather than Adam might indeed be another expression of the snake's shrewdness. Eve had been in existence when God told Adam about the freedom and the constraint. Perhaps the snake can con her? Not that easily, actually. Eve knows what God said. Perhaps God did subsequently speak to her, or perhaps Adam told her. She knows about the generosity, about the constraint, and about the danger of ignoring what God said. She adds that not only are they not to eat from the good and bad knowledge tree, but they are not even to touch it. Did God add this to the original prohibition, or did Adam add it when passing on the prohibition? Or did Eve add it herself? Someone is playing safe, but it is not clear who. Round 1 to Eve, though. Yeah. Go ahead and put it away, and then we'll read the second section. Yeah. The idea is, since it's summer, warm, that we're going to try to fill as much as we can before media. Yeah. Like me to start? Okay. Genesis chapter 3, 4 through 13. Where are you? Huh? Sure. Christ, you're good. Thank you, Jesus, that, gosh, you created a portrait of how Adam and Eve dealt with temptation and how we also deal with temptation. We feel the snake, we feel the beast, always luring us away from you, away from your good, proper wisdom. And in it, when we give in to temptation, we become more animal-like. Maybe, gosh, give us wisdom. We see the destruction. We see destruction in ourselves and see destruction happening in our community by us defying good and bad in ourselves. Just taking. May we learn to be the self-giving, generous love that you are, Jesus. And again, please reveal this ancient text, what it means to the original audience, and thus shows us what it means now in hope. In our Apostle's name, amen. The snake said to the woman, "You will not die at all, because God knows that on the day you eat of it, your eyes will open and you will be like God, knowing good and bad." The woman saw that the tree was good to eat and that it was a delight to the eyes, and the tree was desirable for giving insight. So she took of its fruit and ate, and also gave some to her man, and he ate. The eyes of the two of them opened, and they knew that they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves loincloths. They heard the sound of Yahweh God walking about in the garden in the breezy time of the day. So the man and his woman hid from Yahweh God in the midst of the trees in the garden. Yahweh God called to the man and said to him, "Where are you?" He said, "I heard the sound of you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." Yahweh God said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" The man said, "The woman you put beside me, she gave to me from the tree, and I ate." Yahweh God said to the woman, "What is this that you have done?" The woman said, "The snake, it deceived me, and I ate it."
Come here!
I can resist everything except temptation. I am riding on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving in the United States. It's the greatest shopping day of the year, popularly assumed to be called by that name because it's when stores hope to get their profit into the black. People have been queuing all night for bargains and fighting each other in the aisles over them. Indeed, after typing that sentence, I read that a hypermarket worker on Long Island was trampled to death by shoppers. Even the intellectual newspapers have carried articles on shopping strategies for today. People have looked and fancied and taken. The snake comes back immediately for round 2, questioning God's goodwill and generosity in more radical fashion, simply contradicting what God said would follow from disobedience. And anyway, it was jealousy that made God deny people access to the good and bad knowledge tree. Having this knowledge will make them like God. The snake is half right. They will not die when they eat from the tree, and they will be like God. The snake spells out the implications of the prohibition but reacts to them differently. It is said that the difference between God and us is that God never thinks he is us. That's a profound statement. It is said that the difference between God and us is that God never thinks he is us. Genesis suggests some nuances of that insight. God doesn't mind sharing with us the divine life and the divine image and thus the divine responsibility for the world, and eventually God will become one of us. John Osborne's song asked, "What if God was one of us?" Just a stranger on the bus trying to make his way home, that is what God became. Yet the distinction between God and us still needs preserving. God is not our buddy. The relationship between us and God is not egalitarian. It is hierarchical. Do you know what that word chart means? Hierarchical. So egalitarian means complete equal. So if I had an egalitarian relationship with, well, so first I have to explain egalitarian. Egalitarian means complete equal. So like everyone here has 100% rule over the computer stuff. I can't tell you guys to get off any computers because we. Well, I'm just using it as an example of egalitarian. But when it comes to the owning of my stuff and owning the computer stuff, it's actually hierarchical, meaning that at any moment I could tell Jason to get off the computer. So saying our relationship with God is not egalitarian. It's hierarchical. What do you guys think that means? Yeah. Yeah, he is higher epsilon above. God is, well, God and Lord. God calls the shots. You know what that statement means? God calls the shots? Yeah, he's like the big manager guy. You do that.
You do that.
Yep. When God decides to do so, God gives the orders. Holding back from the good and bad knowledge tree will be a sign of Adam and Eve's recognizing this. Wouldn't you like to set that aside and become godlike? The snake asked. Like a shopaholic, now Eve uses her own eyes and her own imagination. Setting a time around in her conversation with the snake, she is a pushover. Though it is thus not simply the snake's argument that convinces her. Having tasted the fruit, she gives some to Adam. But what was Adam doing while Eve was having her seminar with the snake? Was he napping? Did he have nothing to say, even though he was the one whom we know God had actually addressed concerning the tree? If Eve is guilty by her action, Adam is guilty by his inaction and cooperation. Do you know what that means? Adam is guilty by his inaction and cooperation. So, let's say, who should we use in this analogy? Should we use Jason as an analogy? So like, what if like Jason really likes diamonds? And then he's like, dude, Corey, we stopped by a jewelry store, and he's like, dude, Corey, let's check out those diamonds. And so he breaks in through the window and starts stealing diamonds. And then, but remember, I am standing right next to him. He grabs the diamonds, and he comes out of the store and then gives the diamonds to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And so I pocket them. So, did I actively break into the jewelry store? But I still benefit from his action. So that is inaction because I didn't like actively break into the jewelry store, Jason. And then cooperation is I still reap the benefits of Jason breaking into the jewelry store. So yeah. So that's why I'm saying Adam is guilty of inaction and cooperation. What do you guys think that means? Yeah, he was probably there listening. Like even yeah.
It's like being told you are never allowed to do one thing. And it's like having your friend do that one thing and giving you to do it.
Yeah. It's like
No, I just look at the chair.
well yeah. Because Eve does the initial rebelling. She does the initial picking of the fruits. The initial bite of the fruits. Adam was the one who Elise, we could see, was directly commanded by God not to eat it. So he stands there like an accomplice. And then he still reaps the benefit. He still eats from the fruit. When they eat the fruit, their eyes indeed open. But this does not bring... When they eat the fruit... I need to take a drink before we continue. There's limes in the fruit basket if you want to add to water. We have lemons and limes. I don't know how much you like limes, that's why I... What? So whenever Logan goes to like Don Lottie's, he's like with lime bites. Oh man, they're so tasty. Really good with water. You like? Oh wait. You don't like lemons, but you like lemonade? Alright. It's so good. It adds a really good tang to it. But then, yeah, but also like, I don't know. I find that as you get older, you start liking mixing in your flavors. Because when I was young, all I ever wanted was pizza rolls. And now like, I'll take lemon. I'll take lemon, limes, and anything. Dude, adding vinegar. Dude, I made a. Do you guys know what BLT is? Yeah, so I made like a BLT sandwich, added cooked salami on it, and then put some vinegar on it with the mayo. Oh man. But it has mayo on it.
Because it's good with chicken.
But it has mayo on it.
I guess.
About the guilty of inaction and cooperation. All right.
I'm ready.
When it,
Okay, we did it.
all right. When they eat the fruit, their eyes indeed open, but this does not bring the result the snake promised. They do gain the experience of deciding between good and bad, but doing so involves doing the opposite to what God said. So they do not gain anything like true wisdom. They start off as naive, simple people, but when they decline to live up by the... They start off as naive, simple people, but when they decline to live by the one constraint God placed on them, they become not mature and wise people, but stupid fools. They know they have exposed themselves, so they try 2 ways to hide, neither of them very successful. We are familiar with the idea that a fig leaf or 2 is not much by way of covering, though fig leaves are quite large, up to 9 inches or so long and wide, so they made the wisest choice they could. When they hear God coming, they also try to hide in the trees. It's late afternoon. In the Middle East, this is going to be when you get an ocean breeze, and after the heat of the day, it becomes more pleasant to be outside. Genesis will speak of Enoch and Noah walking about with God. It suggests a relaxed friendship. Similarly, it looks as if God expects to be able to enjoy a relaxed walk with Adam and Eve. This might seem a naive anthropomorphism. Do you guys know what that word means? Let's just look it up.
Anthropomorphism.
So it's when you put human characteristics on an animal, object, like these cat pictures. Have you guys noticed the cat kind of has human, like, that is anthropomorphism. Yeah, it is. It's a mouthful. Anthropomorphism. So this is what they're doing. This is like, it might. So this is God walking with the humans, and maybe someone who's being very critical might be like, how are you doing this with the big person God? But it also shows how God wants to be with his people. There is not much we can say about God literally, except that God is holy. And speaking of God, we are dependent on using imaginary imagery from our experience. Because human beings are made in God's image, we can thus take the risk of using human images to describe God. Genesis 1 uses human images in picturing God as speaking, seeing, and naming. Genesis 3 does so more vividly in picturing God out for a walk and wishing Adam and Eve were there. But they are hiding. God calls out, "Where are you?" Perhaps God knows, but wants to give them a chance to come out of hiding voluntarily. Or perhaps God wills not to know and will let them stay hidden if they choose. The subsequent question about whether they have eaten from the tree does make it look as if these are genuine questions. Julia Bolden has Eve hiding in the kitchen, Adam's hiding upstairs under the bed, and God climbing the stairs. Clump, clump, clump. And this picture has the children in her audience panicking about mother or father discovering them. It is the moment when fear enters into the relationship between humanity and God. There is a right kind of fear in that relationship. The difference between us and God makes fear in the sense of reverence, an appropriate aspect of our relationship with God. But we were never supposed to be afraid of the one who wants to go for a walk with us. Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from? That's a good point right here. So the otherness of God, like God's so powerful. Like there needs to be a good fear out of that. Like you don't just go down like smack talking God. But also know this same God wants to hang out with us, and that we shouldn't be afraid of that. Have you eaten from the tree that I command you not to eat from? Sidesteps directly answering the question and starts out by making an excuse. Blame someone else. That's the human instinct. If possible, blame the person who is accusing you and blame someone else. Adam manages this. It is God's fault and Eve's fault, not Adam's fault. Humanity's relationship with God is not the only relationship affected by taking the fruit when God forbade it. Whereas Adam has said, "This is it," he now speaks of Eve very differently. In my Bible, the woman you put beside me, she gave to me from the tree, is just across the page from that earlier exclamation. It is a grievous contrast. Of course, as Adam implies in his own way, this is not the moment when the relationship got messed up. That had happened when Eve was having her seminar and Adam was napping. God has another grievous question, this one for Eve. What is this that you have done? The full answer has creation-long implications. In the short term, as Adam blamed Eve, so Eve blames that other strange creature, humanity's relationship with the natural is also messed up. That too has started when the snake spoke and Eve listened. She let herself be deceived, but that is not her way of putting it. All right, friends, we talked a lot. We can start.
Do you want to enter the Forgotten Hall?
I don't know. This one looks kinda tough.
I won't surrender. Dodge this!
Prayers won't help you.
You'll pay for this.
For your sins.
Ouch! Let's make it quick. Rules are made to be broken.
No more playing nice. You're not going anywhere.
The redemption.
Take this! Rise, Phoenix! Want to see what I can do?
For your sins.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend, crush them.
Let's go. We're just having fun. Just a scratch.
This battle is let me through. You're not going anywhere.
Prayers won't help you. Execute the judgment.
Rules are made to be broken.
I've lost my way.
Quick, let's make a sneak attack.
Keep at it. Keep at it.
Show your courage. I won't surrender. Dodge this! Take this! Rise, Phoenix! Lend me your strength. Want to see what I can do?
We're just having fun.
A little.
I should have my dealer with me.
Oh, I just got so many people grouped up in my incinerator.
I don't know. This one looks kinda tough.
I won't surrender. Dodge this!
More business, eh? Let's make it quick.
Need a doctor?
Prayers won't help you.
Hey, watch the face.
The redemption. Retribution.
Ouch. To betray my customers, I charge extra.
No more playing nice. Take this! Shed rise, Phoenix! You're not going anywhere.
Let's go. Rules are made to be broken.
Let me tend your wounds. Hi-ya! What's in your prescription?
Much better.
Wanna see what I can do?
We're just having
Execute the judgment.
Answer.
scratch.
You're not going anywhere.
More business, eh? What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Need a doctor? Stay off! You're the best. What's in your prescription?
I've lost my way.
Quick, let's make a sneak attack.
Now it's my turn to combo.
A little something for everyone. Yeah. I won't surrender. Take this! Rise, Phoenix! Dodge this!
This is our chance.
Let me tend your wound. Don't your hands hurt? Dream is not over! Loud Knight Sushang reporting!
To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Let's make it quick. Rules are made to be broken.
You don't look so good. Let me through. Take this. Shape of Taishu. Rise, Phoenix. Dodge this. Need a doctor? Vitamin!
I owe you one.
What's in your prescription? Let me through. You're not going anywhere.
Ouch. We're just having fun.
Want to see what I can do?
Rules are made to be broken.
More business, eh? What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Let me through. Dodge this!
Don't touch me.
Nice.
Do you want to enter the Forgotten Hall?
I killed him! Get your combo ruined. That was really fun. You out? Yeah. Just get some money. I'm at snow. I got you, Snow. Hey, show my tail. Okay, that's good. Okay, he's super low. Get low. Fast. There's a dude here. You have more than enough for a little
Scared yet? Time to twirl!
punch in the butt, boy. Get punched in the booty dukes. Yeah,
Who will it be? Time to twirl! Everything is worth. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Ow. Oh. Why do you have your PvP on? It just randomly turned on! Oh, yeah.
Time to twirl! Who invited you?
Let me kill it. I didn't mean to kill it. Just kill a few of these guys.
Who will it be? Time to twirl!
We're just having fun.
Time to twirl! Time to twirl! No manners, huh? What's in your prescription?
Well,
Let me tend your wounds. Time to twirl!
We're just having done.
Who invited you?
Do you know who this big diamond? It's all yours. Time to twirl.
Huh?
We're just having fun.
Might as well beat it up before it attacks me.
Upgrade configured.
Found your weak.
You'll overheat. You'll overheat.
Everything is worth. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Time to twirl. Time to twirl.
Who will it be?
What are you looking at?
Scared yet?
Do you know who this big diamond? It's all yours. Time to twirl. Finally!
I owe you one.
Remember this moment. What's in your prescription?
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
No manners, huh? Everything is worth. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Honored to meet me.
Scared.
Passing the time.
We're just having...
What are you looking at? Hey! Time to twirl! Time to twirl!
Who will it be?
What's in your prescription? Upgrade configured.
Found your weak.
Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl! Need a doctor?
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
You don't look so good. Hi-ya! Time to twirl! Everything is worth...
Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Let me tend your wounds.
Who invited you?
More business, eh?
Oh dear. Time to twirl. Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Need a doctor? Hiya!
Who will it be?
We're just having fun.
I think I can.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
You'll overheat.
More business, eh?
What's in your prescription? Everything is worth...
Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Honored to meet me.
We're just having fun.
Let me tend your wounds. Hiya!
Who will it be?
More business, eh?
Do you know who I...
This big diamond! It's all yours!
No manners, huh?
You don't look so good. Huh? What are you looking at? What's in your prescription?
We're just having fun.
Time to twirl! Scared yet?
Everything is ready. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
More business, eh?
Need a doctor? Vitamin!
How appropriate.
Who invited you?
Huh?
How appropriate.
What's in your prescription?
Do you know who I...
This big diamond! It's all yours!
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Time to twirl!
We're just having fun.
Who will it be?
You don't look so good. Hiya!
No manners, huh? Everything is ready. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
I don't know. This one looks kinda tough.
Upgrade configured.
You overheat! Hiya!
Who invited you?
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
What are you looking at? What's in your prescription?
Do you know who I...
This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
No manners, huh? Who will it be?
Time to twirl!
Who invited you? Data secure. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
No manners, huh?
Everything is where those stars give these trailblazers your blessing. What are you looking at? Hey! You bully! Let me tend your wounds. Hiya! Need a doctor? Ha-ha!
Who will it be?
I don't know. How boring. Commencing support.
Who invited you?
What's in your prescription? Enemy targets detected. Honored to meet me. You don't look so good. Hiya!
No manners, huh? Who will it be?
Everything is where those stars give these trailblazers your blessing. Ready for another?
Who invited you? Who will it be?
What are you looking at? Time to twirl! Commencing support. Honored to meet me. Everything is where those stars give these trailblazers your blessing. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack. Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
No manners, huh? Who will it be?
Let me tend your wounds. Stay off! Thanks for the support. Need a doctor? What's in your prescription? Enemy targets detected. Ready for another? Oh dear.
Who will it be?
Everything is where those stars give these trailblazers your blessing. Ready for another? Let me tend your wounds. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
Switch icons.
Time to twirl.
That's on me.
What are you looking at? Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
Alright, guys, come on.
See you, friend.
Have a good one, y'all. I thought I could. What's this food? It's a tornado food. Okay, bye.
See you, man. Yep, that's where my mistake was. So yeah, he only has the level 50. Make sure they keep switching it when I switch him out. I'll be right back. You trying to get through, or you? What's up? I am getting up. I have no idea. Hmm. Ooh. Ooh.
A little something for everyone.
I owe you.
Who invited you? What's in your prescription? Oh dear. Need a doctor? Hiya!
We're just having fun. What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Time to twirl!
Who is he?
Everything is ordained.
Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Honored to meet me. Time to twirl! Let me tend your wounds. What are you?
Cats.
Meow.
Nice.
What's up, Jason?
How you doing?
Doing okay. Just, you know, have a fan on me. Trying to do the whole, like, trying to stay cool. As entropy gets closer and closer to my demise.
Get a mister.
How was your day? Did you work?
Yeah, but it was kind of slow today.
Hmm. What are you up to right now?
I was going to like join Justin without him knowing.
Oh, he's playing Deep Rock.
Yeah,
You're gonna go invade what he's doing?
yeah.
Do it. He'll love it. I give you permission as his friend.
Beat it up before it attacks me.
So, fire, lightning, wind. Fire. Fire, lightning, wind. Let's do it. Nope. That makes things awkward. Let's do that. Alright. You can... Who should you take stuff from? Sure, take it from her. Take it from Branya.
Bologna.
Okay. Switch. Switch with him.
Oh, won't let me join. They must be saying they might be done with the mission.
Aww.
Curses. Don't get them on the next one.
Take it all from Branya. All her armor is yours. And do not apologize for it. There we go. All right. What can
A little something for everyone.
Found your wing?
A pow.
Do we still have the upper hand? Do we still have the... Ready for another? Let me tend your wounds. Stay off! Thanks for the support.
Pretty good crowd today.
What's in your prescription?
This song's for you. Keep up!
Adjusting calculations, executing annihilation.
Pretty good crowd today. Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it. Let's rock. Who will it be?
Calculating result.
Everything is... Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Power amplification.
Get a doctor? Yeah.
Pretty good crowd today.
Turn it up! We have the upper hand. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Enemy targets detected.
No manners, huh?
Let me tell you.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
Need a doctor? Vitamin! Thanks for the support.
Reevaluating. Initiating.
What's in your prescription?
Who will it be?
Commencing support. Ready for another?
Keep up!
Analysis complete.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack. Everything is ordained. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
Who invited you? Enemy targets detected. No
Ready to
manners,
jam.
Huh? What's in your prescription?
Who will it be?
Scared yet? Huh?
This song's
Annihilation. Power amplification.
Let me tend your wound. Commencing sup. Ready for another?
Turn it up.
Who invited you?
Calculating result.
Everything is ordained by the stars. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
ready to lose yourself. You can fight it or rock with it.
Protocol terminated. High-risk individual.
Enemy targets detected. Commencing support. Enemy data sync. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
Huh.
Need a doctor?
Why won't let me remove the buff? There's so much time work on her for that feature, and her feature doesn't work on this boss.
Who will it be?
You're just gonna have to roll for more characters.
What's in your prescription? Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
Push forward. Executing annihilation.
Who will it be?
Everything is worth. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing. No manners, huh?
Ready
Making
to
support.
jam.
Calculating result.
Enemy data sync. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
Value exceeds threshold.
Who will it be? Pretty good crowd today.
Let's rock. Finally! Let me
Ready
tell
to
your
jam.
wound. What's in your prescription?
Transmission reinforcing. Purge initiated.
Everything is worth. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Evaluating variables.
Hello?
Get him.
Time for the main event.
I think I either gotta repair this one or get a new freaking Ethernet cable.
Is your internet going down?
You know the little plastic clip thing?
Yeah.
That thing broke off, and a lot of times when my cat walks behind my computer, he ends up pulling it out.
Ready to lose yourself. You can fight it or rock with it.
Who invited you?
Who will it be? This song's for you.
Let's rock.
Pretty good crowd today.
Keep up.
Executing operation. Analysis complete.
Good. Enemy data sync. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack. What's in your prescription? No manners, huh? Everything is worth. Oh, stars, give these
Doesn't matter
trailblazers
though.
your
I'm still
blessing.
gonna win this. Just
Turn it up.
Family.
The stars will always remember us.
yeah. Beat that simulation. That is a nice feeling. So it's cool. I don't know if I told you last time, but I kind of had like a rogue mode where you keep going up the tower pretty much, and you could get buffs along the way.
Yeah, you're showing me that.
It just seems like the path of elation is like, my gosh, is what you want. I see. So if you get past your irritants, you get a currency. Look here. Oh, okay. They give you a bunch of currency as thank you for going over and above. Use that gotcha roll. See what I get.
420.
Ooh. The gotcha was my friend this time. Ooh. Nice. I don't have his element type. Oh, I see. That's a relic, not the person. That threw me off. Threw me off on those relics when you have the portrait of the character. And hearts. And hearts. And hearts.
What should I observe? playing nice. You're not going anywhere.
Let's make it quick.
Oh.
Rules are made to be broken.
No more playing. You're not going anywhere. Let me through. Take this. Rise, Venus.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
A little something for everyone.
I just let myself get me pushed.
More than that.
I'm a silly goose.
Hey!
This is our chance. We're just having fun.
Let me tend your wound. What's in your prescription? Let me through.
Someone there. Who goes there?
Yeah. No more playing nice.
Rules are made to be broken.
Want to see what I can do? Take this! Rise, Venus! Dodge this!
More business,
Man,
eh?
this game's so good. I've actually hit the story content wall.
Yeah.
But there's just like, even the side stuff while just waiting for more stuff to be released, I'm thoroughly enjoying.
Can we bring out the...
Want to see what I can do?
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
No more playing nice.
We're just having fun. Let's make it quick.
You don't look so good. Let me through. You're not going anywhere.
We're just having fun.
Quick, let's make a sneak attack. I won't surrender. Dodge this! Take this! Rise, Venus!
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra. Let's go.
You don't look so good.
Rules are made to be broken.
Let me through. Dodge this!
More business, eh? Let's make it quick.
Let me tend your wounds.
Watch the face!
Want to see what I can do?
We're just having fun.
You don't look so good. Stay off!
I owe you one.
What's in your prescription?
Alright, we're good. I'm gonna dip in 10 minutes.
Take this! Rise, Venus!
I love you, Jason.
Mwah.
When do you, what, do you have any days off this week?
Just the weekend.
This weekend. Okay.
How does it go again?
Thinking out.
He who starts
Hoping I can stop by Saturday when I
More
go
business,
to
eh?
Sam pick up Bailey. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Not tomorrow, but
Next Saturday, I think, is actually a good idea because there's I think the pet parade's going on.
A pet parade?
Yeah, Silverton has a yearly pet parade on the 3rd Saturday of May.
Oh.
Never been to it myself.
Oh. So Silverton
Standing here in silence,
Pet.
missing all the violence.
pet parade. 10 a.m. All right. It will require. Like, is it the Kiwanis pet parade? Does that sound?
Maybe, I don't know, I just see the signs they put up.
Saturday, March 20th. That to be the 20th? Yeah, that'd be the
that's
20th.
Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, then maybe we could stop by after. It just means I won't sleep in, which makes me a sad man. But that's okay. That's okay. I think. I tell myself silently that it's okay. Nothing like replenishing like a sleepless caffeine. Let's reset that. Physical. Yeah. All right. This is the team. Let's go.
Stop this! We're just having fun. What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra. This is our chance.
Take this! Rise, Phoenix!
Let's make it quick.
You're not going anywhere! Stay off!
I owe you one. Rules are made to be broken. Keep at it.
Sure.
We're just having fun. This is our chance.
Time to twirl! You don't look so good. Spider-Man!
Much better.
What's in your prescription?
Let's go. More business, eh?
This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
We're just having fun. just having fun. What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
This is our chance.
What are you looking at?
Rules are made to be broken.
Time to twirl! Time to twirl!
Oh, ouch.
Time to twirl!
More business, eh?
This is our chance.
Let me tend your wound.
All right, my friend, we gotta dip in a minute.
You'll overheat.
Oh,
Do you know
no.
who? This big diamond! It's all yours! You'll overheat.
Let's go. Rules are made to be broken.
What's in your prescription?
I owe you one.
What are you looking at?
We're just having fun. What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
The redemption.
Just a scratch.
All right, Broheim, it's time for us to go. Love you, Jason.
Bye.